to Her Majesty the Queen. Thank you very much for now. Also sitting here with me in our tent is Errol Moorcoach, who is the Chief Strategist for Republicans Abroad. Errol, I wonder if you find yourself having to continually defend President Trump in the context of how divisive this particular visit is, quite apart from the figure that he embodies.
Oh, I absolutely find that to be the case, and it's a little bit disheartening. Donald Trump, this is a very big day for both of our countries to reinforce a special relationship, and President Trump has come over with a strong message that nationalism does not mean isolationism in the United States, and the same can be said for the UK, with the added gravitas of the 75th anniversary of D-Day and everything surrounding that. It is a little bit frustrating to keep answering that same question.
I wonder, though, whether you are willing to say that in fact it's a really, outside of the fact that there is this special relationship, that Donald Trump not only divides people but actually creates an atmosphere where toxicity is engendered, that his very way of communicating with the world, the tweets that he put out about the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, today, abusing him, insulting him. I wonder whether you think he engenders toxicity.
I think that's part and parcel of the fact that he's a third-party candidate who had to sort of come into that election, and he had to embrace some of these sort of toxic, divisive messages to sort of break the oligarchy that had been American politics for 30 years. So I would concede, yes, he makes decisive, sometimes uncouth, unrecommended by conventional policymakers ideas. But some people write history, some people read history. Donald Trump likes to make history, so he doesn't follow the playbook, and that's the game we're playing.
And when you talk about how important today is, the beginning of this three-day state visit, isn't there also a concession that people like you and many other people who support President Trump have to make, that in fact the President Trump is imposing all kinds of ideas on the United Kingdom, i.e. that it's quite possible that he will make it very clear to the Prime Minister that this government should not have anything to do with the Chinese tech giant Huawei?
Well, specifically with Huawei, it becomes an issue of intelligence sharing. Our intelligence services share, without any extra effort, about 80% of their information. Now it's a little bit asymmetrical with the U.S. providing a little bit more. But if Huawei was to be able to be involved in the transmission of that data, it creates a world security risk, and it would risk the sharing of information, which would put lives online as far as counterterrorism and joint operations. So if if the UK is willing to trade their greatest friend in the world for cheap communications equipment, that doesn't seem like a very good idea to me or anybody in intelligence.
Well, it's quite clear from both our speakers so far in the programme that there is still an awful lot more to discuss. Thank you very much indeed, Errol Moorcoach, Chief Strategist of Republicans Abroad. We are going to stay with this story in just a few seconds' time. You are listening to the BBC World Service.